Alright, so let's just talk about what's been going on recently with Steam. There's a very offensive game called Rape Day, which allows you to pretty much rape women. You're a serial killer rapist that rapes and kills women, and it's very violent, very offensive, very disturbing to many people. And I understand where people are coming from, obviously. It's not a game that I would play myself, but Valve did make a statement today saying that they're pulling the game from Steam, and I don't know what to think. I'm going to read their statement for you guys, and you tell me what you think. So, okay, here's what it says. Much of our policy around what we distribute is and must be reactionary. We simply have to wait and see what comes to us via Steam Direct. And Steam Direct, obviously, is the platform that Valve has for indie developers to publish their games and release them on Steam. Okay. We then have to make a judgment call about any risk it puts to Valve, our developer partners, or our customers. After significant fact-finding and discussion, we think Rape Day poses unknown costs and risk, and therefore won't be on Steam. We respect developers' desire to express themselves. Well, that game's a real way of expressing yourself, don't you think? The purpose of Steam is to help developers find an audience, but this developer has chosen content matter and a way of representing it that makes it very difficult for us to help them do that. And I have to say, I respect Valve for pretty much saying, look, this has all to do with our business, we're not really taking a moral stance, but to have a game like that in our store is really not good for our business. That's pretty much what that statement said. They weren't pretending we at Valve are outraged that such a game would want to exist on our platform. No, it's really all about, hey, look, this is not good. This game is really disturbing, and it would not make us look good as a company to have that game up there. So I do respect Valve for at least being transparent, because you have all these fake activist companies that are like, we at whatever company take a social stance on all these issues, and we really care about people. Meanwhile, they screw over their customers, they screw over their employees. But when they're not doing that, they're all of a sudden social activists. Like, give me a goddamn break. Does anyone actually fall for that? At least Valve is just cutting that bullshit. Just saying, look, this does not look good for our business to have such a game on our platform. We're not necessarily for or against the game, but the game does have some content that most people would be disagreeable to. So we just can't have this game on our store. You got to commend them for doing that, at least. They're just, they're them being transparent. But whether you agree with the content in the game or not, or whether or not you even think the game should be censored or not, is irrelevant. You have to admit that Valve being inconsistent about their policies, because this game followed the rules. It followed Valve's terms of service when it came to their Steam Direct program, and there was no problem. But all of a sudden, Valve was just like, no, we gotta pull the plug on this. That doesn't set a good precedent, that Valve can just do whatever the hell they want and no one's gonna care, because obviously no one's gonna be outraged that Valve pulled a game where you can rape people. You know what I mean? That, like, most sane people are not going to have that position. But on the other hand, you gotta be like, wait, like, at least update your rules. Like, if you're going to pull the game, you have to update your rules and conditions first before just arbitrarily pulling it and then changing the rules later. Because this game followed the rules, they went through all the procedures, and they all of a sudden the game got pulled, which I personally have a bit of an issue with. Now, as much as I understand them and their position, Valve, do I think that the game should have been pulled? I don't know. Honestly, like, I personally do not agree with a game like that and the content in that game, but I do think there are double standards that, oh, this game promotes rape, this game is going to turn people into rapists, and this game is for sick people. Meanwhile, you have people playing games where you murder a whole bunch of people in Grand Theft Auto. And I might be missing something here, but I fail to see how a video game that simulates rape is any worse than a game that simulates violence and extreme violence, like and gore and all that other stuff, which people are fine with, but a game that simulates rape is just a bit too far. Even though when you're murdering someone, you're ending someone's life. When you're raping someone, you're destroying their life forever and scarring them emotionally. I just don't see how one crime is worse than the other. I personally, again, would not play a game like that just simulates rape, because it's kind of like, what's the objective here? You're just raping a whole bunch of people. But at least when it's a game like Grand Theft Auto, it's a competition, and Call of Duty is a competition. Even though you're killing people, it's more of a competitive thing, and that's really why I like those kind of games. And you unlock challenges, and you know what I mean, and there's some difficulty to it. But this game doesn't seem too intellectually stimulating to me, like it actually does anything for you. It's just, oh yeah, let's just rape a whole bunch of people and just, like, be edgy. Not my thing. But I also feel as long as it's legal, people should be able to do and play whatever the hell they want, in my opinion. So that's my position. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.